Of the Crimson call centre. The hiring process at Crimson was notoriously brutal. A gauntlet of personality tests and mock calls. Yet Rachel sailed through it with an almost ethereal grace. Her resume was thin, her references unverifiable, but something about her captivated the hiring manager. Perhaps it was her voice, a soft, melodic whisper that seemed to echo long after she had spoken. Or maybe it was her eyes, large and luminous, holding a depth that belied her youthful appearance. There was an air of melancholy about her, a sense of profound sadness that clung to her like a shroud. She rarely smiled, and when she did, it was fleeting, a flicker of light in an otherwise somber countenance. During her interview, she spoke little, answering questions with a quiet confidence that seemed to belie her lack of experience. When asked about her aspirations, she simply replied, "I want to help people," her voice barely a whisper. Rachel's arrival at the call centre coincided with a string of strange occurrences. Employees complained of cold spots, sudden drops in temperature that sent shivers down their spines. Whispers seemed to emanate from the empty cubicles, faint murmurs that ceased the moment anyone turned their head. Objects moved mysteriously, pens vanishing only to reappear in impossible locations. The atmosphere grew thick with unease, a palpable tension that hung heavy in the air. Rachel, however, seemed unfazed by the unsettling events. In fact, she seemed to exist on the periphery of it all, a silent observer to the growing fear around her. She went about her duties with a quiet efficiency, her voice a soothing balm to the frustrated callers on the other end of the line. Her colleagues found her both intriguing and unnerving. Her presence was a constant source of curiosity, her silence speaking volumes in the otherwise cacophonous environment. Grace seemed to belong to another realm. The truth unraveled, a tragedy unearthed. One night, after everyone else had gone home, a group of employees decided to investigate. They had heard the whispers, the unsettling rumors that circulated around the office, stories of strange noises, cold drafts, and eerie presences that seemed to linger long after the last person had left. Armed with flashlights and a healthy dose of trepidation, they made their way to the basement, the source of the coldest, most unsettling chill. The air grew colder with each step, and the silence was almost deafening, broken only by the sound of their own footsteps echoing off the walls. There, amidst the dusty boxes and discarded equipment, they stumbled upon an old newspaper clipping. It was yellowed with age, the edges frayed and brittle. The discovery was unexpected, and it piqued their curiosity. The headline sent a chill down their spines. "Young woman killed in car accident." The words seemed to leap off the page, casting a shadow over the dimly lit basement. It was as if the past had reached out to them, demanding to be acknowledged. The article told the story of a young woman named Rachel, killed in a tragic accident on the very spot where the call centre now stood. The details were hauntingly vivid, painting a picture of a life cut short in its prime. The date of the accident coincided with Rachel's arrival at Crimson. It was an eerie coincidence, one that sent shivers down their spines. The more they read, the more they felt a connection to the tragic figure in the article. The accompanying photograph showed a girl with haunting eyes and a melancholic smile, the spitting image of their enigmatic colleague. It was as if the past and present had collided, revealing a truth that was both shocking and undeniable. The truth dawned on them, cold and terrifying. Rachel was not just a quiet co-worker, she was a ghost, tethered to the place of her death. The realization hit them like a wave, leaving them reeling in the darkness. Rachel was not just a quiet co-worker, she was a ghost, tethered to the place of her death. Her presence was a reminder of the tragedy that had occurred, a silent witness to the passage of time. The employees stood in stunned silence, their minds racing with the implications of their discovery. The office would never feel the same again, haunted by the memory of a life lost too soon. Rachel's vanishing act, a mystery unsolved. It all began on a cold, dreary night when the call centre was bustling with activity. Rachel, a diligent employee, was known for her dedication and hard work. She was the kind of person who would always go the extra mile to help a customer, no matter how late it was. The discovery of her sudden disappearance sent a wave of fear through the call center. The once lively atmosphere turned somber, and whispers of her vanishing act spread like wildfire. Employees exchanged worried glances, and the air was thick with unease. Employees quit in droves, unwilling to share their workspace with a restless spirit. The fear of the unknown gripped their hearts, and the thought of encountering Rachel's ghost was too much to bear. The call center, once a hub of activity, now stood eerily silent with rows of empty desks and abandoned chairs. But Rachel remained a silent presence amidst the growing chaos. Her desk, once filled with personal belongings and cheerful decorations, now stood empty. Yet there was an undeniable feeling that she was still there, watching over the place she once called her second home. Then, just as suddenly as she had arrived, she vanished. The mystery deepened, as no one could explain her sudden disappearance. It was as if she had been erased from existence, leaving behind only questions and a lingering sense of dread. One day her chair was empty, her headset gone. The items that once marked her presence were now missing, adding to the enigma. Her colleagues searched for clues, but there was nothing to be found. It was as if she had simply vanished into thin air. There was no note, no explanation, no goodbye. The lack of closure left everyone in a state of confusion and sorrow. They couldn't understand how someone so integral to their daily lives could disappear without a trace. Some say she finally found peace, her spirit released from the earthly realm. They believed that Rachel's soul had been trapped, and her disappearance was a sign that she had moved on to a better place. The thought brought some comfort to those who missed her. Others believed she simply moved on, drawn to another location, another unfinished business. They speculate that Rachel's spirit was restless and her journey was far from over. Perhaps she was destined to help others in need, wherever they might be. Whatever the reason, Rachel's memory lingers at the Crimson Call Center, a chilling reminder that some stories never truly end. Her presence is felt in the quiet moments, and her story is whispered among the employees who still work there. The phones still ring, the employees still come and go, but the chill remains, a constant whisper of the tragedy that unfolded on that forgotten ground. The call center continues to operate, but the shadow of Rachel's disappearance looms large, a haunting reminder of the past. And in the dead of night, when the lights flicker and the air grows cold, some swear they can still hear her voice, a soft, melodic echo in the darkness. It's as if Rachel is still trying to communicate, her spirit forever tied to the place she once called home. The mystery of her vanishing act remains unsolved, but her legacy lives on, a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit.